I'm gonna have you come right to the end of your mat, and I'll have you slide that all the way down to your mat. Once you get there, you can get into your corpse pose or whatever position you feel nice and comfortable in. As soon as you get there, I want you to shut those eyes down and check in with your body. Find any of those spaces that you need to address a little bit more today. Any of the spaces that maybe you need to do a release in before we even get started. Good, now I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out. One more time, deep breath in through your nose and let it out. Good, now I want you to check in with your mind. If there's anything weighing heavy on your mind, anything that you need to put at the edge of your mat, please do so right now. Good, now I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose and let it out. One more time, deep breath in through the nose and let it out. Good, now you can slowly open up those eyes. I'm gonna have you stretch those arms and legs out, reaching those arms overhead, pointing those toes in front of you. Good, and we're gonna start with some scapular movement. You'll do your snow angels, so you'll take that deep breath in. When those arms hit about chest level, you're gonna point those palms down. Come all the way down to your hips, and then let that breath out as you reach that overhead. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Deep breath in and let it out. Deep breath in and let it out. Good, you'll relax those arms overhead. Just give yourself another stretch out long, reaching that overhead, reaching those toes in front of you. Good, now you're gonna bring that left arm up and over, right arm up and over to meet it, and then you're gonna slide those feet in flat. We're gonna start with those pelvic tilts, so you're gonna give yourself an arch in that back and then press out the small of your back. I want you to do 10 of those. And then you'll relax those still, and then you're going to slide the bottoms of those feet together. You're going to place those hands together just like this, and then you're going to place those right overhead, just like you're circling your head. And I want you to do 3 deep breaths while you're holding this position. Good. Now you're going to bring those arms up and over. You're going to pull those knees into chest, and you'll hug those knees into chest. Just relax into this position. You want to keep the backs of the shoulders on your mat. Good, and you're going to take a deep breath in. You're going to let that left leg go all the way down to your mat. That foot will be in dorsiflexion. Your calf will be pushed into the mat. Your shoulders will be out of your ears, and the backs of your shoulders are going to lay flat on your mat. Keeping that chest open. Good, and you're going to take a deep breath and switch. Good, and then you're going to pull both those knees into chest. Once you pull both those knees into chest, I'm going to have you rock those knees side to side. Find the rhythm and the control that you need. If you want to add a breath, you're more than welcome to. Good, and then you're going to relax that still right here in the middle. You'll stretch that right leg all the way out, and you'll take the bottom of that left foot and place it right on that right inner thigh. This leg, that right leg that's extended, I want those toes pointed straight up at the ceiling. And then you're going to reach that overhead and press those palms together. Good, and then you're going to lean that torso off to your right. Trying to keep those right toes pointed up at your ceiling. Slowly going to relax that torso back up straight, and then you'll point that left knee up at the ceiling and cross that left foot over on the outside of your right knee. You'll extend that left arm out at chest level, palms faced up. Then you can take this right hand and put it on the outside of the left thigh, and the weight of that hand you'll feel that stretch going across your hip, maybe throughout your glute on that left side. Again, you want to try to keep the backs of the shoulders both on your mat. Good, and then you're gonna relax that knee back center. You're gonna pull both those knees into chest again. This time, I'm gonna turn just a little bit for this video. This time I'm gonna have you rock those knees in and out, so towards your chest and away from your chest. Good, now we're gonna do 4 circles to the right. They're controlled smaller circles with those legs together. I'm on my 3rd one. Maybe you might be going a little bit slower. And then I'm gonna do 4 circles to the left. Good, and then I'm gonna stretch out that left leg all the way out straight, that foot in dorsiflexion, and take the bottom of that right foot and place it on my left inner thigh. Then I'm gonna reach that overhead, pressing those palms together, and then I'll lean that torso off to my left. You can add breaths while you're in this pose, or you can just, maybe you wanna shut down your eyes and just relax. Good, and then I'm gonna relax that back center. And then I'll relax those arms down to my side, and then I'm gonna cross my right leg or my right foot over to the outside of that left knee. I'll take that left hand and put it on the outside of that thigh, and I'll extend that right arm out at chest level. And sometimes just the weight of that hand is enough for that stretch down that hip, maybe across your glute. Sometimes you have to add a little bit more pressure for that, but we're going to try to keep the backs of our shoulders on our mats. Good, and then you're gonna relax that knee back center, and then I'm gonna have you pull both of those knees back into chest, and then we're gonna do some movement with these legs and hips. So we're gonna pull those knees towards our chest, we're gonna open up those hips and make that circle. You can add a breath to that. I want you to do 4 more of those on your own. And then we're going to change that circle. So this time you'll drop those feet out away from you, and then you'll open up those legs and come into chest. So push them out away and then into chest. Just find that range of motion that feels comfortable. Good. And then once you're ready, if you can, you can roll up like a ball. I want you to roll up, look at that belly button, and roll up like a ball without touching those feet down. And then you can place those hands right underneath those thighs. We're gonna bring that left leg up with that right leg to meet it. We'll squeeze those legs together. We'll open up those arms in our scale position, shoulders out of the ears. I'll count you down 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1 we'll place those feet down, and we're going to come up into our tabletop position. I'm going to stay kind of in this weird position, so diagonal, because I have the video right out in front of me, so hopefully you can see me well. And I might adjust because I want you to see what my legs are doing, and I want the video to see what my legs are doing. From here, we can drop out into our modified plank, and we're going to bring that down. So this will not only stretch out some hips, some obliques, it'll also stretch out your chest. And I'm going to give you a couple options. So one of the options that we've done in class before is our forehead can be down. We're going to bend that left knee so the bottom of our foot is pointing up at the ceiling, okay? And then we're going to bring that thigh up off of our mat, and then we're going to try to rotate it over to the right. Some people will be able to put their foot flat, some people won't. And now my right ear is in the mat. Okay, another option, I'm going to show you another option here. So I'm going to bend my right leg so my ankle is resting right above my knee on my back of my thigh, okay? And then I'm going to bend that left leg, and I'm going to do the same thing, but I have both legs up. So either way, you can do either one of those. This one, I get a little bit more hip flexion or hip flexor stretch in that. And for me, that's always a good thing. In the first one, I get a little bit more obliques. And I always get a good chest stretch. Good. Now we're going to hold our core in tight as we bring that back center. You can take a deep breath in and let it out, and then we'll go to that other side. So now we're on that right leg. And so you can start out bending that knee at a 90-degree angle bend. The bottom of your foot is parallel with the ceiling, right? And then we're going to take that and we're going to bring it over to our left side. Maybe you can put your foot flat, maybe not. Okay, now I'm going to show you the other variation. So I'm going to bend my left foot, and my ankle is rested right above my knee. Sometimes this one doesn't work for people. On the back of my thigh. And then I'll bend that right knee, and I'm going to do the same thing. Good, now I'm going to relax that back neutral, and I'm going to come up and rest in child's pose. I'm just going to turn so the video can see me. So I'm going to rest in child's pose, maybe for about 3 breaths. And then I'm going to slowly come up into that tabletop position. We'll start out with a strength move and then we'll do some movement in it. So make sure shoulders are over wrists, hips are over knees, and you're gonna elongate that left leg